early this week. This is a Friday morning, and we're picking games for next weekend. We don't even know. These quarterbacks might be injured for all we know.
You know what? The bottom line is we're just overachievers. That's all it comes down to. But again, once we're here once again. Wilson Toyota Scion, 2212 South Duff Avenue, and it is once again time for Gridiron Picks. It's, you know what? These picks are getting very interesting. I mean, we're getting to what I like to call the creme de la creme. We're getting to the good games, man.
Meat of the season.
Well, you know, we're getting there. We're not there yet.
No,
we have one more week of we don't know what conference you're going to play in type week, but you know, it's another week. So I'll tell you this. Here's the nice thing about Gridiron Picks. You can jump in these picks any point. You don't have to start at the beginning. You can jump in week after week. So here's what you do. Go to www.wilsonofames.com. You can sign up there. www.amestrib.com. For all you fanatics, go to cyclonefanatic.com. You can sign up. There's a link there. And if you forget all that, you know, just hit me on my Twitter feed. That's
like
right.
Always.
That's at Big Strong. If you forget 2 G's, if you're as big as I am. And let's not forget, make sure you go check out Mr. Wagner's Twitter feed. It is too old for Twitter.
Yeah, that's what you'll see. 0.
Well, you know, Mr. Wagner, let's do this because I know.
Okay.
Do you? I know you like to go back and talk about the past. Do you want to do that today, or should we just?
No, I want to go to the future. We don't have a winner for last week's games because of our early video here, so we'll go right on to the games, and they don't have to see our pretty faces that much longer. Then.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Like I always say, old people first.
Okay, we'll go with the LSU Georgia game. It's at Athens, Georgia. This is going to be a tough game. This is SEC. This is buy a player at its best. Let me tell you. This is a group of people, they'll take a pay cut when they go to their next job, whether it be in the NFL or wherever. So we've got LSU and Georgia at Athens. I'm picking the Georgia Bulldogs. Yes, between the hedges, they're going to get a little bit of roughing them up. And that's against the family. Now, I got to say, my family is all LSU. They're probably going to ostracize me from the family for being, it's not like the Mafia family. Okay.
I don't know who Georgia has to lose to before people understand that this team's overrated. We had this conversation the first week. We talked about Georgia and Clemson. You told me I was crazy when I said Clemson's going to win. Listen, this team is overrated.
You are crazy.
It's a bunch of hype, that's all it is. Georgia just isn't as good as people think they are. Now listen, I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm not saying they're terrible. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're not as good as people think. I think the team's overrated. And plus, we're talking about Les Miles here. Listen, I think he's one of the best coaches out there in college football. Everybody talks about Nick Saban and all these guys. Les Miles is he's a great guy. He does a good job. He takes nothing and makes something. And I don't care who he's paying. Let's just be honest with you. Listen, we don't have to go all the way to LSU to talk about people getting paid. We can just go to Iowa City and figure that one out. So I'm just saying, the bottom line is this. I'm taking Les Miles. I don't care where they're playing Georgia at. Georgia's overrated team. LSU.
We don't know how good LSU is either.
Well, we're going to find out. One thing I do know, I know how bad Georgia is.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next game. Oklahoma Sooners at South Bend, Indiana. The Golden Dome. The Leprechaun. Maybe that's why I'm picking Notre Dame. Maybe it's because the Leprechaun. Maybe I kind of feel a kinship. Do I have a green tie on?
No.
Okay, maybe it's got to be the Leprechaun then. Okay, at Notre Dame, I'm picking Notre Dame over Oklahoma. Because as we talked last week, Notre Dame's defensive linemen, they're not only fat, they're slow. And let me tell you, they're going to give the Sooners a go for it. At South Bend, remember, that's worth something.
One thing I realize is that short people always stick together. So you're taking the little short guys,
Leprechaun.
green
Leprechaun. Yes.
You're taking them.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. It's easy, guys. It's really easy. It's the Big 12 versus wherever I want to play conference. Come on, dude. Make a decision. Join a conference somewhere. Listen, they're going to South Bend. I understand that. I think Notre Dame's an okay team. I'm not ready to put the seal of approval on Notre Dame yet. But one thing I will tell you this, Oklahoma is big enough, and I don't care how slow they are, when you pancake a guy and you lay on top of him, it doesn't matter how fast you are because you ain't going nowhere, my friend. I'm taking on you. I'm sticking with the Big 12, go to South Bend, and take care of the Golden Domes.
Golden Domes. Okay, last game. Iowa State at Tulsa. The reason for our early video is because they play Thursday night. Let me tell you, both of them are idle this Saturday. We go to Tulsa, mediocre success on each side. This game is going to go a long ways on propelling the season forward for one of these teams. Of course, I'm going to stay put with my history. I'm staying with Iowa State. So you can go whichever way you want. I think Iowa State's got to get better. So there we go.
Listen, if it walks like a dog and it barks like a dog, don't go buy a kitty litter, okay? It's a dog. The point that I'm saying is we're seeing what we're seeing with both of these teams. They're not real great. But here, let me preface something, just so you understand, just so the fans understand. I'm going to say one name when it comes to Tulsa. Cody Green. Listen, the kid's not good. He's never been good. That's why he left Nebraska. He's still not good. Let's just be honest with you. This is not the same Tulsa team. So all you fans that are out there thinking, well, they beat us bad in the bowl game. The offensive line changed. The defensive line has changed. They still have their big star running back. But it doesn't matter. This isn't the same Tulsa team. They look terrible. They went out late today against Bowling Green. They're just not the same team. There's a lot of questions when it comes to Tulsa. I think that Iowa State goes to Tulsa and redeems themselves. Now, they're on the road. Hopefully they play better. Maybe they don't play well in front of 59,000 people. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe too many of us show up so they don't play well. That's not the case. I'm sorry, Jamie. I didn't really believe that. But I'm saying there's got to be something that's making this team not play well. I think they go to Tulsa. I think they find their identity. You know, we saw that late in the Iowa game with Quentin Blunders. I think they go and figure it out and they get a win. And they get a convincing win. So I'm taking the Cyclones to go to Tulsa and actually do some business. About time. Yeah, whatever.
And with that.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Make sure you're going on to the website and signing up. You can do it week to week. We got great prizes every week, so you can win every week along with the grand prize. www.wilsonofames.com, www.amestrib.com for all you fanatics, CycloneFanatic.com. And again, if you forget, just hit me on my Twitter feed. That's @BigStrong. 2 G's when you're as big as me. Mr. Wagner, we're going to get a little break. They will not see your wonderful, shining smile come next week. It'll be a whole week. So enjoy that break. And like we always do here at Gridiron Picks, Wilson Toyota, that is a cut.